I'm live. Big Elvis the Chef Rosenberg, I am here. And I am getting an oil change here in New York City. I put the address in the comment section. I've done so many videos from inside of this. What is this? This is it's another no. It's another oil change I'm getting. So that's what I'm doing. I'm oil changing the vehicle. And I get a lot of oil changes. We're talking like 2,500 miles. I'm here because of Jay Leno. Jay Leno's like somebody I really respect. He's a big time car guy. He's one of the most respected car guys out there. And he said, if you change the oil of the most problematic engine, it'll last forever. You just got to do it every 1,500 miles. So Jay Leno said that you can take a trashy motor that's known for leaking or having problems and just change the oil more frequently. You will get a longer running engine. And I have 250,000 miles on this engine here. So the 250,000 mile engine, I'm getting oil changes every 2,000 miles. So it could get a little expensive. It gets a little pricey, but you do what you got to do to maintain. Like I'm gonna spend another $1,000 on this car. I'm going to get the spark plugs changed, and because I changed the 3 in the front, but now I need the 3 in the back of the engine change. So that's gonna be the spark plugs are $25 each from the dealer. And I also bought the new manifold. It's the manifold cover. It's it's where the airflow goes, and it's plastic. It used to be metal years ago. Now it's all plastic. So being that this is a 250,000 mile car, I bought the manifold cover from eBay. I've had it for at least 3 months, 4 months. But I'm gonna finally do that. Do the back 3 spark plugs, change the new manifold cover. I might even change the water pump while I'm there. So I'll change the water pump, and the engine should last. Not a problem. It should keep going if it's well maintained. And the transmission, I'm going to drain the transmission oil. They won't do it in a place like this. They don't do that here because this is what they refer to as a enclosed transmission, where it doesn't have a dipstick, so you can check the transmission oil or anything like that. But it does have a release valve where you can drain it. And then up top there is another screw you can take out where you can fill it. And they say you fill it up with what you take out. So you measure how much you're taking out and you pour that back in. And then you turn on the car, you let the transmission warm up to like 180 degrees, I think it is, or is it 200? I can't remember. And then, because I've done it one time to this transmission, and I think you should do it every like 60,000 miles. So I'm up to like 70,000 miles right now on this transmission, and I want to change the oil so I can maintain this vehicle and keep it on the road. It's a good car. Keeps me, when I bought this car, I needed to be under the radar, so to speak. I didn't want to stand out. I didn't want to, I wanted to be forgotten. So I was up on the lift. Um, Let me see what oil he's putting in. $27. That's the top of the there's a plastic cap that covers the what's it called, pump, the oil filter. So the oil goes through this oil filter, and the oil filter collects all the dirt and the debris that the engine heat, creates. And that nut that unlocks it is a size 27. So he was asking one of the other workers what size nut was it, and the guy said, "Oh, 24." But I know it's a 27. So you wear clothes. You wear clothes that cost more than my truck, but you don't want to stand out. I know it's now. It's so funny that you say that. I was waiting for someone to mention my coat that I had on. This coat I took out of storage yesterday. I went to my storage yesterday, and I called my wife and I was like, "Yo, you want your coat?" And she was like, "No, it's too flashy." Because we're in Red Hook, and no one in Red Hook wears coats like this. Everyone is very, very, mind you, no one makes under $150,000 in Red Hook, except for the natives, if you know what I mean, and the people in the projects. They're still at the very, 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 very bottom. But everyone else makes 150K easily. What happened with the oil?
No, I'm changing the filter.
I know, but you was looking at you was looking for the number of the filter.
Uh-huh.
Ah, you made me nervous. I don't want that thing to have no pieces of, no shiny oil.
No, I'm checking the number. Well, I'm going to get
How
the
did the-
filter.
how did
I
the-
don't know what size filter I want, so I checked
Yeah,
it.
you did good. I appreciate that.
6127.
But how did the oil look?
Yeah, well, it's dirty. I will take it out.
Oh yeah, of course. I'm always here. I'm always here every 2,500 miles.
All right, let me bring the filter.
All right, my friend. So I went to my storage unit and I took the jacket, but I had to. It took me 30 minutes to get all this stuff out to get to the damn box, and I got to the box, and the first box that was on top of it, I didn't even look at that box because I read the side, and it said all cashmere sweaters. So we're talking about a box with like. I didn't even look because I know none of that stuff fits me. None of it fits me. And I don't even want to get stressed out over that. And I went to the box underneath it, and I, took off the tape, opened up the box, and all I see is all my blazers. These are the ones that I kept. Before I put everything in storage and started living a nomad life, I had 150 blazers, and I broke those blazers all the way down to, I think it's like 9 or 10 blazers in that box. I know none of those blazers fit me, but those were all the tailored made stuff. I had some stuff that was tailor made. This was made by a master tailor. And all those suits are there, like the houndstooth and the this just the patterns and the fabrics are just, it's just so nice. And then I went and, this coat was, it had another cover over it. It was it's like a canvas over this, and it has a big fat hanger for the shoulders and all that. So I went, it took forever, and I didn't even look at any of the shoe boxes. I did look at one shoe box that was in there that I have. It's all in plastic, and all the edges are taped. So I picked up that one shoe box and I looked at the shoes, and then I looked down in the box. So I put all the blazers, this coat, another coat when I used to be like part of an entourage in a music company. That coat is there. I've only wore the coat maybe 7 times and only did that to functions. So the coat is pristine. All the coats in there did have like dust on the shoulders, but this coat had, a cover on it. And mind you, it was 7 years ago. November made 7 years that I have had this coat along with those blazers, along with the baseball jacket from when I was playing around with the music world, and this amazing record company baseball jacket. Oh, I know that. I'm sure I could get in that one. All the coats, we used to wear back when I was wearing this. When I bought this, was you wanted it big, So now it really, it fits good. As you can see in the sleeves, it's very oversized, but it's beautiful. And I didn't even pay a lot of money for this coat, honestly. This coat I paid. Let me just say this. There's a story behind the coat. The issue with the coat was when you zip up the coat, it doesn't 100% line up with the line here. So there's a line going across here and a line going across there. So it's a little bit off. And the person that this was made for was like, "Nah, I'm not taking that coat. You're gonna have to take out the zipper and redo it." And he got very upset. So they was like, all right, we'll fix it. We're gonna fix it. And then I think a couple of months went by. I go to the store. This is on 30th Street. What's his name? Is this Furs by John maybe? 31st Street or 30th Street? It's off of 6th Avenue and 30th Street. And I go there and I'm like, the guy's like, now he's like, yo, the guy, he didn't like it because of the zipper. But what do you think? And I zipped it up and I saw that little contrast. And I was like, I like it. It doesn't bother me. I'm young and, I was like, it doesn't bother me. How much? And then I was like, but I don't like the sleeves though. The sleeves were like baseball jacket tight. And I told him, nah, I wanted the sleeves to be loose. Like a blazer. So this is like a baseball jacket, but the sleeves are very, very loose. And that's how I wanted it. I don't remember. I don't think I paid over $2,500 for the jacket. If not, maybe $2,200 for the jacket. No more than that. And I remember it wasn't I used to be strict with my budgeting and money and all that kind of stuff. And I was like, yo, can I pay you some of it now and some of it another time? He's like, yeah, no problem. So it took me about a month and I paid him throughout the month. I ran over there, gave him like $700 and then came back. Maybe it took 2 months to get the coat. But I got it, and I've taken great care of it. I mean, it's been in storage 7 years. And then what's crazy is that the last time I wore this coat, I was talking to LJ today, and I was like, yo, the last time I wore this coat is when we were up at the when we went to that hotel, and we made Madison. So our daughter was conceived the last time I wore this coat, and her too. She didn't hasn't wore the coat since. Her coat that I bought her, and I saw it when I was there. I was like, okay, but I saw the plastic zip up cover that it's in needs to be replaced. It's been torn throughout time. So I will be buying a new cover for it and leaving it in storage until she wants to look at it again. But let me tell you, man, it feels good to put it on. And let me just go back to the flashiness that was that Steve? Yeah, that was Steve. Hey, Steve. The flashiness and me wanting to tone it down is because I'm in the cannabis business. You know, I've been a personal chef, cooking cannabis meals, and I've been growing and selling cannabis for 10 years of my life. So now it might be 12 years. So I never wanted to wear something like this while having a car full of this. Boom. See? I didn't want to wear stuff like this while having stuff like this on me. So I threw it in storage. Threw my blazers in storage. I threw all that stuff in storage. Let me see which one you got, my friend. I don't mean to micromanage you. I'm just funny like that. Okay, good. That's the one.
Synthetic blonde advanced motor oil.
Boom.
5W30.
Thank you, my friend. 5W30.
Yes, sir.
Not 5W. Yeah, 5W30. Yes,
Yes,
perfect.
sir.
Perfect,
Yes,
perfect,
sir.
perfect.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I get the blend. I never get that fully synthetic crap. Fully synthetic engines don't want that. Engines want that crude oil. Problem with the oil, it messes with your gaskets and it will have your car leaking sooner. But I do prefer the blend. So, wow, that oil looks like it was frozen a little bit. Just my perspective. But, you know, so I never wanted to have, I got rid of them. When I was in the bar business, I was driving a Mercedes. When I went into the cannabis business, I started to drive a smart car. So everywhere I went for the last 11 years, not 11 years, I got out of the smart car 4 years ago. So for the first 6 to 7 years, I was in a smart car. And I went through 2 smart cars, a blue one, a white one, then a blue one. And it was a white with the red cloth interior. The next one, I was like, we're going to spend some money on this one. Got the navigation, got all leather. It wasn't quite a Barbus smart car, but it was a top of the line smart car, and I drove that. The first one I did 125,000 miles. The second one I did 170,000 miles. And the third smart car we only had for 2 weeks. And right after that smart car died, not that it died, technically LJ went through a puddle. And that puddle, water got, not puddle, like a lot of water. The water got in the engine blew up. So that's when we went and got this one. Because she was driving a Volvo at the time. And then that's when I said, let's get something else. So we got this one. But the point that I'm saying is that I'm driving a Hyundai, taking perfectly good care of it. Just got the front bumper and the back bumper replaced and repainted for $3,000. Just put a whole new sound system in here. Look at this. Just redid this here because the last one, it had only a 2-year warranty, so we added this to it. And You know, somebody would be like, you're adding another sound system to that? I got 250,000 miles on this car. You know, so now that cannabis is no longer where you have to kind of hide. Well, let me just say, are we done, right?
Yes, boss, I'm done, boss.
All right, all right, all right. Here, you charging me the same price like always, right?
Yeah,
How much again?
yeah. $75.
No, stop it, stop it. Come on, the real price.
What is price? The price is high every day.
How much, my friend?
65.
55.
65.
65?
Yes. In 30 grand. 5 more, please.
I don't remember 65, but
Yeah, I remember
but-
you. I know you long time. You my good customer.
yeah. Okay, now this guy, how am I gonna tip this guy over here? You know what they say when I say that? You don't gotta tip him. You don't have to tip him. We
Just
pay.
give us the money.
Yeah, they don't like when I say I'm gonna tip you. They hate that shit. I normally give $3-4, but I don't have. You got change over 20? Come on, give me some change. What you got there?
15.
You got 16. Give me 16. Come on. Bet. Boom. Look at that. You just turned this loose money into something solid.
Something breakfast. Thank you.
I'm grateful to you. Even though this money is disgusting and dirty, but it's okay.
I'm sorry, my hand is dirty. You know?
I know you're a hardworking man. I appreciate that. A lot of people, they don't know anything about hard work.
All right, bro.
You are appreciated, my friend.
Be
Thank
safe,
you.
man. Enjoy.
I'll be back in hopefully in a month.
All right.
If 2 months, that means I failed. And I'm not as successful as I like to think I am. And look at this backup camera I got. Come on. Look at this. Boom. Pay no attention to my dirty screen. Pay no attention to the inside of this dirty car. Pay no attention to that. Just look at this cool screen. Come on. That's like 10 inches right there. I gotta concentrate, so I gotta put the phone down. I'm coming. Don't worry about that sound. Everything is fine.
Have a good night.
Let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
You know, I got the transmission. It's a sealed transmission. I need a drain to put the new fluid in. I go get the fluid from the dealer. You come here, you charge me.
We
Come on.
we don't do that. I don't have. I tell you, go over there. He do the transmission.
Who?
Go to 39.
39?
Yeah, left side. Back only 2 minutes. The 34, 36,
37?
38, 37, 38,
38,
39.
39.
Left side.
What's the name of the place?
Jogiato. The transmission.
Jogiato?
Yeah. It's transmission. Big sign transmission.
What time they close?
No, it's daytime.
Daytime.
Nine.
Yeah.
Nine.
Not like us.
No.
Not like us.
No.
Not like us.
Yeah, boss.
Daytime.
Yeah, daytime.
All right, buddy.
Go tell Punjab, he give you discount. Go tell this guy, he's Punjab guy.
I'm gonna tell him Punjab send me.
Yeah,
You're damn
thank
right.
you.
You
That's
kidding
it.
me?
Yeah, he give you. Please tell him give me discount, motherfucker.
No, I'm not gonna curse. I'm gonna go in there with God. God blessing everyone the whole way. Yeah, so now that cannabis is like, we're in a gray market here in New York. So I'm waiting for my cannabis license because, I fit all the criteria here for it. They're looking for a business savvy kind of a person who's shrewd and going to be there on time and going to understand that you see, I understand that by me getting license, I am the proverbial front man, the proverbial bitch of the company. and I'm gonna average about 200 grand a year. And even though the place is gonna make, it takes $2,740 a day to make $1 million, and that is what the average Subway store makes. The average Subway restaurant that makes your sandwiches, they average about $3,000 a day, which is $1 million a year, or 1.1, right? So now, 1.3 or something like that. I don't know, but you understand the point I'm making. And I'm waiting to be part of this whole New York people that's been, I've been arrested for this. I went, I took risk. I took chances, and those chances, here goes 37. He said 39, right? I know what he's talking about. Yeah, because I need them to drain this, and I go to a spot up in the Bronx, and this will be a lot more convenient for me to stop here and get this transmission drained. King of Queens, car specialist, no. I'll come back tomorrow and see it, I'm sure. I must have drove right by it. It did say right side. I'm looking in the left side. So, yeah, I drove right by it. No big deal. But I always wanted to stay under the radar, man. That's why I put everything in storage, and I didn't want no smoke. What's this guy doing in the street over here, man? The light is green. Wow. People out here losing their minds. Already lost their minds. Forget about losing their minds. So, and let me just be honest though, one of the reasons I pulled out the coat is not because I want to wear it again. It's because I want to wear it for the podcast. I'm like, I want to put something different on, So I'm wearing it for the podcast. So I got it out of storage for the pod. So there you go. This is for the Premium Black News Pod. I'm glad I took care of it all these years. I'm glad it was like in a good storage facility where the storage was, what's the word they use? Climate control. So the storage unit stood at like 50 degrees all year round. Something like that, 55, 50. I think it said 50. I can't remember, but it was a spot in the Bronx before I moved it to the new spot in Jersey, because the spot in the Bronx just became too expensive. Because when I started to do the prepping and I started to live the nomad life, where I was like, I need to be able to get up and go. If a bomb hits or something happens, I need to be able to get over a bridge quickly. I need to have a go plan. I need a go bag. I need to be able to focus. So, driving, getting another Mercedes wasn't the plan. No. I was like, no way. I need to be able to zip in and out. And then, we had the kids and they were young and all that kind of stuff. So I always was mindful of the ability to get up and go. Problem was, I didn't just take all my things and sell everything. I sold my appliances, I sold my plasmas, because I had the original plasmas where they were where there's gas floating in the back of the TV. None of this LED stuff where everything looks like fake. This plasmas were warm and inviting. So I got rid of the plasmas. Uh, so I sold that. What else? I gave away the couches and all that kind of stuff. When we went straight nomad and just was like, yo, we're not taking any. When Trump was when the presidency was happening and all that. So it's 7 years now, and I was just like, I was worried about the dollar collapse. I started to just like, what are we gonna do? We're in like the worst city. But I did have a very lucrative and a successful cannabis delivery business. So I wasn't going to necessarily leave the cannabis delivery business, but I wanted to have, not to be stuck in the city, not to be stuck uh, in case of a crisis, be able to get out of here. So those were the steps that I took. And so I have a huge storage full of just my whole life is in this storage, My whole life is in this damn storage. So much furniture from just like the bar business, the club business. I have so much art that I need to have. There's this art that I'm putting in, that I'm supposed to be framing. I gave myself a budget that never really worked out the way I thought it was, but I have all this amazing art that I need to have framed and just like put in like historical paper and just really hermetically seal this art so that I can store it for the kids, because I have amazing art. And this is not art that I've done, this is art that I've bought throughout my years. And the stuff that I have framed and wrapped up really, really well, that stuff is worth 40, 50,000. The other art that I have that hasn't even been framed or done anything with is worth another 100, 200 grand. I have amazing art, all original pieces. And I have just things that just all from my life, 49-year-old man, and it's hard for me to let that stuff go. And I always get pissed off because they take that money out on the first and on the third. The first and the third is for my storage, and that's like a nice big chunk of change. And I was like, I'm going over there and get my fur. The next step is I need to go in there, pull half of that stuff out, and then let my son reach over and get his sleds, because my kids' sleds are all the way in the back and you can see it crystal clear. So yeah, and I have more than one. I have a couple of storages. Well, it's not good. It's a problem, but you see all these storage companies everywhere, so I'm not the only one with this problem. I really am not. But this ghost kitchen that I'm opening, I plan on using the pillars in the ghost kitchen. I plan on using the mirrors that I have in the ghost kitchen. I plan on putting some of the art that I have up in the ghost kitchen. The bar stools I'm going to use for the ghost kitchen. The leather couch that I have in there for the ghost kitchen. So I'm going to be utilizing a lot of that stuff I've had for so many years. Paying so much more than it's worth, Just sometimes it's hard to let go. I'm only human. I'm only a person. A living to do, a lot of growing to do. I know that these are just things. These I should be able to wait from these things. But I have a record player. Oh God, it's a record player with an 8-track. I want to put that in my. It's like all my crap is gonna be in my new ghost kitchen, and it's gonna look freaking great. Oh, it's gonna look so good. You know, I'm gonna have a little section where there's gonna be just like all vinyl. I'm gonna have all vinyl. The couch is gonna be right there. I'm gonna have the 3 huge mirrors. When I say huge mirrors, I'm talking about like 6x4 or maybe 7x5, something like that. 7x5 mirrors are gonna wrap the walls of the girls' kitchen. Then I have the bar stools. I have like 7, 8, 9 bar stools. I have tabletops. I have just a whole different stages of my life, you know. And I've just been holding on. So I said I'm gonna go get my jacket to wear for the pod. Boom, here I am. 2 days before the pod, rocking it. And I have to tell you though, when wifey saw me put this on today, I met up with her at the dispensary. Yo, she had a little twinkle in her eye for your boy. She was like, ooh, daddy. She was feeling me in this damn coat. That's a fact. I appreciated that. I appreciated that effect that I had. Anyway, you are appreciated for tuning in to this channel. Wanted to throw out some content, just talk a little bit, say what's up. Okay, I see other people have commented. Maybe Steven has commented one more time. I will take a moment and look at that. Hey Wes, hi, how are you? Oh, you can't sleep? Thank you for spending some time with me. I don't smoke weed, but I bet it's really cheap where I live compared to New York. Right. Well, all the markets are being saturated by this concept of recreational. See, because the thing is, like we have in New York what's called the gray market. That's where I fit in. And the gray market is just like, there's like, it was like 800. Now they're claiming like 1,500 smoke. You drive down certain blocks in Manhattan, there's shops on like at one on every corner. Like they have a deli on every corner. They got smoke shops now on every corner. And every smoke shop is carrying cannabis. I mean, they're carrying that trash. They're carrying that shit. You take one pull, you're already high. Like, whoa, that's no weed I ever did that. So I'm very suspect of that. And then you have to also understand the people that are selling this cannabis, they don't consume it. They don't do the cannabis. And, you know, because they're all Arabs. And the Arabs, well, New York is Arabs, New Jersey is Jews. So the Jews in New Jersey are running all the weed in the gray market, and all the Muslims are running the gray market here, as far as having the collateral to open up a shop. Because here's the thing, there are no laws that say you can't do this. It's only a federal law that can get you, but you know the feds are standing down. You know, the Saudi Arabia and the Arabs and Israel, they get more than just the $3 million a day from the United States of America. They also get promises, and these promises that they're given, these promises are basically like, yo, don't change that, don't get rid of the petrodollar, and we give you New York and New Jersey. So they're keeping the petrodollar alive. And what else is keeping the economy alive is all this influx of so much money is coming from New York and New Jersey on the cannabis front, whereas all these other states, California and Colorado, all these other states, they're suffering from this whole boom, because you have these people that have millions of dollars that they can just buy land and then grow so much at one time, right? That they can take something that's supposed to be, when I was coming up, When I started in this business, it was $5,500. It was 5,500. I went to Branson, and Branson told me it was 5,500 for the pound. I was like, whoa, I don't know if I got that. Can I get it on the arm? And he was like, nah, I don't do that. Not no more, you know. And I was like, no problem, no problem. So that's how much it was that long ago, 5,500, and now that has dropped in New York between 25 and 3,000. So now these huge companies in all these other states, what's happening is they're taking a $3,000 a pound product that they were basically selling it for 1,500. A guy would buy it for 1,500 and sell it for 2,000 or 2,200, 2,300, and then the guy he sold it to would then sell it to a guy like me. You know, I was never high up on the totem pole. You know, we have the grower who sells it to a guy that sells it to a guy that sells it to me. And I would end up paying, you know, 5,500. Even though I tried to go directly to Branson back in the, you know, in the day, and that didn't, you know, he wanted the 55. I think he even wanted 58. And I was just like, whoa, 58 is a lot. I thought I was like cutting one guy out of the picture, but that didn't work. And those who don't know, Branson is a very, very popular guy from Harlem who's been in the cannabis and champagne. He owns a champagne from the Champagne region of France, and I think it's called I can't remember right now, but I used to sell it in my bar. And he raved about the Blanc de Blanc, that it was just all that. But I was not much of a connoisseur, so I couldn't argue that or champion it. I couldn't do any of those two things. So I wound up, you know, I wound up developing a relationship with a very old man who was doing this for a long time. And I've kept a relationship with this old guy for, you know, most of my career. And I know I can get it cheaper, but then I started to grow it. You know, and then, you know, that was the motivation. If, you know, you're charging me $5,500, and if I do all the numbers correctly, I could grow a pound for, you know, $900. So let me go that route. So that's what started with the growing. It was just that trying not to spend that kind of money, and I learned a lot, made a lot of mistakes that will just put somebody in the crazy house. I've made a lot of mistakes, but it is what it is. You know, you're either going to grow from it, or it's going to make you stronger, or you're just going to be anchored by it. And I never want to be anchored by anything. And next thing you know, am I telling my life story here? What's going on? I'm like catching myself here. I need some donations if I'm gonna do all this talking. $sign Elvis Rosenberg at Elvis-Rosenberg. Hit the Cash App. Hit the Venmo. Subscribe. Press the bell. All those things. Don't. So in growing, I continue to learn what it took. You know? And it wasn't easy. And now you have these big companies that are saturating the market. They're getting these acres and acres and acres and acres and acres and acres and acres. of these indoor, half outdoor, where they can just open up the top of the damn greenery and just get the sun, and then close it when the damn rain comes, and boom, hit the lights. It's like, wow. I'm in Red Hook now, so possibly the signal could change as far as, there's Wi-Fi didn't get here to Superstorm Sandy came. That's when Wi-Fi came. So, and I've only been here in Red Hook 1 year. I mean, this summer I got here in the summertime because I saw that this was an empty market, and there's a couple of guys I met the local dealers and stuff like that from here. They felt a little threatened by me, but I let them know too. I'm not getting the people you're getting. You're getting cool people. I'm getting, I'm getting the prudes. I'm getting the shy and the timid, the Aspergers. I'm getting the incels. I'm getting that. There's a whole group of people that I'm getting. That's why I keep it as a premium brand. That's why everything, I'm not charging $45, $50 for an eighth. Actually, I don't charge anything. I give everything away for free, and I just accept donations, and I accept no cash. It has to be electronic, and I'm paying taxes on all that shit. I'm going right to my accountant with all the information and go, this is the monies that I made this week, and this week, and this is the money that I put in the bank, and these are all my bills. This is how much I spent on gas. This is how much I spent on food. This is how much I spent on my kids. Here's all the receipts. Boom, 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 boom. Speaking of receipt, I did not get a receipt for the car. I'll go back when I go see about the transmission and get a receipt so I can put this in my file. Because I have an automotive section for where everything in my automotive file is tax deductible. Come on, let's not play that game. Big Elvis the Chef Rosenberg. I am here. I used to say things like, I'm a spoke on a wheel. I'm a nobody. I no longer want to say shit like that any longer. It sounded fly. It was from Donnie Brasco, the movie Donnie Brasco. Al Pacino was sitting with Donnie Brasco, and he said, who am I? Who am I? Johnny Black says to get in the back. You get in the back. Johnny Black says you walk over and you take his life. You do it. Who am I? I'm just a spoke on a wheel. I don't want to feel like that any longer. I don't want to live that life any longer. This is really good. It's an indigo. This is the block where the what's it called is right here. Let's go. No, hold on. This is the entrance right here to where they're housing the people that are the migrants, they refer to them as. Right here, straight that way. Boom. But you won't find any migrants walking here. They bus them here. The bus goes down that block and takes them into the facility where they're sleeping and living and eating and washing their clothes. So that was the entrance. Then this here, this is the entrance. This is where I used to drive by, and this garbage can right here will have Tesla seats. Every couple of days, you will find a seat from Tesla in the garbage. So I wound up taking one of the Tesla seats out of there, and it was to this big one right here, this big car. I was thinking if I could get enough Tesla seats, you know, I was gonna throw the Tesla seats. It's kind of funny, but I have this project that I'm working on with LJ's car. It's I'm like lifting it up onto 30, what are these, like 32-inch rim, 32-inch, not rims, but 32-inch tires. And it's like a little car that I'm turning into an off-road vehicle. And I wanted to throw the Tesla seats in there. But yo, the last 3 Tesla seats that they've thrown out, mind you, these are like $2,000-$3,000 seats, and they'll just throw it out for anything. You know, it's like that was the Tesla dealer, so they just, any problem you have, boom, they're gonna throw it away, and get you another one. It's just crazy, you know. They just such a microwavable world we live in, and now when they throw the Tesla seats out, they must have seen what I did on camera or what have you. But I don't think it's only because of me, because I've actually seen people going through the Tesla garbages looking for like electronics or whatever have you. I've already seen that. So this to the right is a lobster joint right here. Want to get a nice lobster roll? Red Hook lobster. You'll be happy there. But now they're throwing out the Tesla seats they're ripping all the seats up. They're taking a razor blade and cutting all those damn seats up. So it's like, but they're not cutting too deep to get to like any of the bags or anything. You know, what's that called? What's those bags called? Airbags. They're not messing with the airbags or anything like that. But let me just say this. It's like, I mean, I get it, because they don't want people, because I looked on the internet, the seat that I have that I got from Tesla, if I wanted to, I could probably get $500-$600 as is, you know, because it's like brand new. It's never been in there. Like, something happened, they might have just ordered it from the wrong car, they just threw it out. One of those kind of situations, because it's like brand new. If I just took the rails off of the Tesla, just the rails that the seat sits on, that alone is like $200. So I understand they don't want you to, you know, dig in that garbage and make any money, or maybe somebody gets hurt because the seat is not working properly or whatever have you. So I get it, but you know, I'm still hating a little bit. Come on. You have a clear map on how to get to my dispensary. Boom. There she is. And those wires you see is for my solar panels, because I don't use a generator. I actually use the power from the sun. You are appreciated. You are appreciated. Now, I'm not going to exactly drive to my home so you can see where I live, but I will tell you that I love you, and I will tell you that you are important, and I will tell you that talking to you helps with my sanity, so to speak. Talking with you helps me get some perspective, because a lot of times it's just LJ and myself. So this is a way for me to, this is therapy to some degree, you know? And you are so appreciated. You get an opportunity, what you can do is go to that Venmo and that Cash App. Ow! I love you. Bye.